marketing and communications team, very broadly speaking, about the way that our library appears on our school website. And one of the, it's a very marketing term, but I think it's actually sort of, it made me think this is kind of helpful in thinking about libguides. We've been talking about the points of difference for our library versus other libraries in Singapore or other international schools. And it made me think that I think an important thing when doing research guides or any of this kind of online curation is what are your points of difference? Where does it work really well? And when is a libguide the right answer? So broadly speaking, our most successful libguides are access to essential resources. And again, the research sort of backs this up. This is the stuff that works best. Students want to come to a research guide and find the thing that they're looking for. So we have EE and EPQ exemplar essays that are password protected but organized by subject. They're incredibly popular with our students and definitely accessed all of the time. And I think a libguide is the best. Someone was asking about this. I think another way of sort of thinking about this is that all of our year 12 and 13 students do either an extended essay or an extended project qualification. But there are many, many different teachers that cross, that they either are supervisors or EPQ teachers. And so when I put all of these resources together, I really think it is genuinely the best place for that. And a libguide, our kind of rule of thumb roughly is that our website gives you kind of an overview and a quick look at our research resources, our reading recommendations. It gives you access to our databases really quickly. But anything that would be more than about this much on a website should be in a libguide, because otherwise it takes up sort of too much. It makes the website itself too clunky to navigate. And things like the EE and EPQ exemplars fit into that category. Now this one is really, really interesting. So what I put this is kind of my terminology here, but I think skills overviews. So these are things like we have a research skills EE that I put a lot of work into and put a lot of resources in. The same with, we have an academic honesty or academic integrity libguide, same thing, tons of resources, tons of work have gone into that. Another one I'm referencing in citations. These are kind of what I would think of as an extension of content that's on the library website, but this is really, really important. Who are the people who like these and who want me to update the content and who I hear from about these? These are really wonderful for teachers and librarians, maybe less for the students. I absolutely put it up there so that it's accessible to the students. So the kinds of things that would end up on these are whenever we have, over the course of the year, we have an IB Skills Day and 3 different EE days, and I do different slides for each of those. For our IB Skills Day that we did last week, I actually did sort of 3 different sets of slides that were taught by different, for 3 different sessions that were taught by different teachers. All of that content will end up in those guides, which can absolutely be accessed by the students, but I'm pretty sure that in practice, both from talking to the students and from talking to teachers and occasional emails I get about my libguides from other librarians, I'm pretty sure that it's teachers and librarians that like this content, which is fine, it's fine. It's just that it's good to sort of be aware of who your actual audience is with this stuff. Like I've definitely benefited. I think Katie may see that my research libguide, my research list libguide bears more than a passing resemblance to the one that you used at UWC. And I mean, I think, you know, we get lots of good ideas, and I do think the content on there is valued and is valuable, but I don't think the students really want it. And this is, again, going back to this whole idea of how we organize information. I think students want access, access, not explanations. But teachers often do want explanations. They want. So in other words, like I get lots of teachers reaching out to me about sort of referencing and citation materials, academic integrity materials, and when I can just point them to this, that's really useful for them. It's also something I share with other librarians. So the other thing is, I do think that very specific guides. So in other words, they're requested by and made in conjunction with teachers. So the reason I sort of say very specific guides is, for example, I know that, I keep using you as an example, Janine, but Janine's context is a little bit different in the junior school. Often she's working really closely with teachers around particular topics, and those libguides are actually being taught and are part of the coursework. And this is something I'll get to in a moment, but you need to be sort of aware of what's being done with your libguide. Are you expecting people to access it independently,